OBL, long time no see. What's going on, my friend? Alright, so I've got a stream here. How's my audio and video look? Who we got out there so far? We got Hillary, we got OBL. That's all I'm seeing so far. What's going on, YouTube? This is Ryan in North Carolina, coming in from uptown Charlotte, 4th Street and Tryon. Hey Bamboo, good to see you, buddy. Hey Bamboo, give me a little bit of feedback. How's my stream looking? How am I sounding? There she is. Hey, baby. All right. Thank you, darling. No notifications. Nice. Thanks, YouTube. All right, so as everyone starts to file in, we're coming in live here from uptown Charlotte, corner of 4th and Tryon Street. We've got a large gathering of protesters here, good 100 strong, at least. They were blocking off the intersection here, and now we've got city buses coming through, all looking pretty empty. This guy wants to come through. They're blocking the intersection again. No, they're letting him go through.
Who needs one? I got 2 left. Get the fuck out the street.
So it's pretty calm right here at the moment. As I was arriving in uptown, there was a confrontation between the group of protesters and riot police. Apparently they had gotten them all cornered into some type of situation and used crowd diversionary tactics. The paintball, pepper balls, black balls. Not seeing any type of presence from them right now. Looks like the group's just free to move around as they choose right now. and as I say that, the bicycle police move in.
Here we go.
Large regiment of bicycle police come in. Some type of something's smoking. I don't know if it's tear gas yet. I don't know if they just gassed themselves or if somebody threw a smoke bomb or what. Officer was trying to get rid of it pretty quick. So they rolled up pretty quick and have formed a line. They're taking over this intersection, I would imagine, to allow all the traffic coming up. This is the main artery coming into the city, and we have a confrontation here. Fireworks are going off. Nah, that was a bang bomb. They're throwing. All right, so I was with a group of people that were throwing stuff, and I don't want to be involved with them, so I'm going to get away from them. Then the pepper gas comes in. Yep. All right, everybody, welcome to Uptown Charlotte, where the action is fresh. The police have taken over 4th and Tryon Street, where the crowd had taken over initially. They weren't letting traffic through. This is the main artery. Lots of gas in the air right now, lots of gas. This is the main artery for buses and traffic to come through. So you can see why the police were adamant on the police are adamant about taking the intersection. They have the riot police coming in now off the buses. Quite a large force moving in. So I might have to relocate to another vantage point from here.
Bobby!
It was a good dispersion of gas into the area, moved the crowd real quick.
Did they issue any kind of curfew?
As far as I have heard, the mayor did not issue a curfew.
They issued any type of curfew?
They've already issued a dispersal order. They issued it like 6 or 7 times over an hour ago. Move back! Go home or you'll be arrested. Bottom line.
Alright, so I'm going to go to a different vantage point from here because I have no access around that corner right there. It's a quick walk from the... Huh?
What they doing?
You can't get through here. Everybody
They about to arrest everybody over there?
They got the riot police all ready. So I gotta cut around the block here real quick. How's it going, everybody? Pretty crazy in Uptown again tonight. The police have been pretty aggressive with the crowd tonight, from what I understand coming into here. I don't think they're going to be putting up with anything tonight. So we got some stragglers hanging out down here. Hey Mia, good to see you in here tonight. Thanks for coming. Let's see if I can check out the chat real quick while I got a moment. Paris is calling. Hey Paris, hi, good to see you. Grumpy Troll, long time friend, how are you? We got Bamboo. Let's see. Andrew, hey, thanks for coming, Andrew. What I'm doing is just basically doubling around this block here. I cut down College Street. I'm going to come back up onto Tryon and see whereabouts that group of people went. The majority of them, it looked like, ended up going south on Tryon Street. Born a Racer, good to see you.
They still out here, Diamond.
Alright, so we're coming up onto Tryon. And we'll see what it looks like down the street. Things are pretty much boarded up in this area. If it wasn't last night, it is pretty much tonight. They're giving orders that are in Spanish right now. I would imagine they're some sort of thank you for coming tonight. We appreciate your attendance. Unfortunately, we are not freedom fighters, so it's time to go home. Something of that nature. Wow, everybody has moved out of here. This is looking back north up Tryon towards the intersection I was just at. So it looks like they basically cleared out everybody out of this intersection. A order to disperse was given. Now, I'll remind you all that the mayor of Charlotte decided today not to issue a curfew, allowing people to come out until whatever hours of the night they choose. because that's their right. Now the police officers, when asked by a gentleman I was standing next to if there was a curfew ordered yet, they said, this is what they said. She says, we demand peaceful protest. So I'm going to leave the immediate area because that's their instruction. And they make it very clear that if you don't leave their immediate area, meaning where they can grab you, they're going to arrest you, then you're fine. You just walk off, everybody takes off, regroups, and continues on. So right now, the intersection of 4th Street and Tryon is off limits, essentially. And then they'll all get onto their buses and leave and wait until this group remasses somewhere and do it all over again. There's still a large amount of people within a span of 3 to 4 blocks going south on Tryon. Everybody seems to be moseying back up this way, which that is, I mean, that's moving. They're moving into the arrest zone basically. So the riot police seem to be moving forward into the intersection again as people approach, because they said they're just going to arrest anybody that's out in this intersection that they can grab. So you got it looks like a little hit squad moving through. They're pointing people out. They just pointed this one guy out in the white shirt. They're probably going to get him because he's being real slow moving out of the way. They don't like that, you know. So everybody just regroups and heads on out of here, or you know, somebody will get taken down and then a group's going to rush them and they'll tear gas the whole area. I want to give a shout out my buddy Dabu7 out there on DLive, showing the people different situations in different cities around the country with the turmoil that's going on. My man Dabu and Danny and Kevbar, B-Rich, Disavow. There's a group of riot police that are now getting things thrown at them. So I'm gonna move back just a little bit to cover. People are throwing. Oh shit! Yep, that's a nice call to move out a little bit, because that's gonna piss those cops off. Lots of people here. So now that caused the riot police to start to advance down Tryon Street. They're moving the crowd. There was no retaliation from the police, with a flurry of fireworks in their direction, all at once. Flurry of fireworks. Lots of water bottles being thrown at the police. People are running. Oh, we've got very special looking police over here. These are commando type looking police. It looks more like military. If you didn't know better, you would think that they were military. Yelling "fuck you" back out the window at the protesters. And they're turning around.
Get back to the car. So bitch ass. Put those tight ass glasses.
Taxes so you guys can have your fucking jobs and you're
Your big ass.
trying to hurt us. Fuck you.
Y'all should be happy y'all getting hurt.
Right. Cause they about to jump at us.
Leave the army alone. You feel me? Leave the army alone.
See,
My mother of that, if they give them orders to be here, they gotta be.
you think
They
that's
ain't got no-
you think that's the army?
I mean, I see. Oh shit, God.
They
That's
look
the
like the
police
army,
bomb
right?
squad. Hell yeah.
Right?
You fucking right.
Right?
Fuck that.
So the police look like the military,
There ain't no goddamn army. Get
Right?
the fuck out of here.
right?
Yeah, that's the
So see, there you go. There's the confusion in that matter. You know, police officer comes into your neighborhood wearing that, you're going to go to them for some safety, right? With, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut right now. All right, so we've got a group of protesters. Being approached by a large group of riot police, probably 50 to 75 strong.
You got no blue phone number.
They're kneeling and they're being pushed back up, telling them to move. A lot of restraint going on here between both sides.
No peace.
No justice!
No peace.
No justice!
No peace.
No justice!
No peace.
No justice!
No fucking peace.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Hands up! 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 Don't shoot!
Okay, so there's a very large amount of riot police coming down the road behind them. I would imagine this group is just here to hold the line. And then as that large group comes in, they'll do the cracking of the heads. So I'm going to move back a little bit.
By order of the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department, this assembly has been declared unlawful.
I'll see if I can give you a view of those TV cameras here.
Fucking chasing people! You can't just take people away! What is that do?
This guy's out here. Not a good idea. Taekwondo judo man with his pads on, looking like he wants to start a fight.
This is a public sidewalk. Get off the sidewalk.
Don't separate! Don't separate! Don't separate!
All right, we've moved down to 3rd and South Tryon. Oh shit! Not sure where that went. There's not the largest group of people here right now for this amount of police to be coming on them. Yeah, the police are pushing them strong down the block. 3rd Street South on Tryon. Coming past the Wells Fargo Center. And the police are holding halfway down the block at Chipotle and the Wells Fargo Center. Now they're moving ahead.
We need to have after bottles of alcohol.
Straight, bro? Nigga.
People in the face of the riot police yelling at them as they're backing up.
Little motherfucker always. Whole ass niggas.
So, a very large group of people, again, has turned into multiple small groups of people wandering throughout the city. Typically what happens in the larger confrontations here, and then it turns into a small regiment of protesters that will confront the line, and then a lot of times the crowd starts to build back. This is usually where you find most of your arrests. Police are talking to a cameraman. So giving the news crew directions. I'm not sure what news team that is, if it's a local team or not. I don't see any type of identification on them. Huge regiment of riot police behind them. Huge. So this is where the cameraman just came, and he is going to be in front of me. Give me 1 second, folks. The police have pushed the crowd through Moorhead Street on Tryon. Giving unlawful assembly orders again. Must leave the immediate vicinity, they're saying. Oh, there goes the arrest. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I don't like when those things are rolling at me. Alright, so they're starting the pepper balls. Pepper balls are coming down at us. They're shooting right at this one guy. More black balls that the people are resisting on the line. We got a couple guys on bikes, a couple guys on feet. They're deploying diversionary tactics directly at them. We got the news crew here putting on his gas mask. That's Channel 3 here in town. And they're running at everybody. So give me a second here. Oh, my eyes are friggin' burning. Alright, so the police have moved up to Levine Avenue, pushing the crowd with diversionary tactics. Lots of pepper balls, black ball explosions. Most of the people have gone in all different directions.
This is what they trying to hit us with. It's hard. That's what they trying to hit. That's what come out of that flashbang. Right there.
That's what's coming out of the flashbangs. Alright, so I'm going to regroup around the corner here because I don't want to be in their immediate vicinity for arrest. And there's like really nobody back resisting them now. This is traffic coming into the city on Tryon Street. They're trying to make it into Uptown. And there's something in the road up here that's blocking their way, so they've got to come down this detour. So that's a good 200 strong. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100. There's 150 to 200 police all amassed together here. Nothing but riot police. No bike cops, no motorcycle cops, nothing. Just riot police. And there's nobody up there. So I'm going to go find where the majority of the people went. see what's going on here, folks. How we doing tonight? This is Ryan in North Carolina. I'm in uptown Charlotte. I have police here allowing the traffic back out of the city. Quite a traffic jam here. Looking down South Church Street. This is going out of the city. Quite a bit of traffic still coming down South Church Street. Officer telling the driver to turn her headlights on. This is an area where there's a lot of different little alleyways and cut-throughs. Lots of area for people to kind of break up and get separated. Lots of ways out of the area where we were just at. So in time, most of these people will kind of regroup, roaming around, finding larger groups scattered about, and then start marching again. Let's see what's going on over here. This is the south side of the city, and there's a large presence of riot police blocking Stonewall at Tryon Street. Nobody down here. Got choppers overhead. And the riot police at this intersection seem to be moving out. So they got this. They weren't doing this the nights before. They were allowing traffic in and out. Got a couple. All empty. All of them empty.
Do you think I can walk through that? My car's that way.
I'm not. I'm imagining that this is the escort for the amount of police that are down at this intersection. Because these guys don't walk around the city, they get escorted around in these vans or a city bus. And they are all dismounting from the intersection, taking their gear off, heading to their vans. They're going to take off to the next group of people. So we got South Church Street and Stonewall. Looking south towards 77. I can see it looks like they've got the bridge blocked off going over 77 to keep the protesters from approaching the interstate belt loop. Small groups of people walking out of the city. So we'll head back in, see what's up. We'll head towards the park. Romeo Bearden Park is usually a gathering spot that they get into. So they're using a new tactic tonight in Uptown. They have cruisers stationed at, as far as I can see up the street, it seems to be at each intersection. The way the city is set up, the streets run, it's like just a grid basically. North, south, east, west. And the majority of them are one-way streets. So it's a really easy city to control traffic in. It actually makes it flow really smooth. I've worked in this city for almost 10 years, driving a large truck, and I had to learn the streets in order to be able to make a living. Police at each corner, coming up on Romeo Bearden Park. Pretty quiet. A mellow mushroom pizza here, boarded up. Yeah, South Church and Martin Luther King blocked off. Nothing going on, very little amount of people on foot around. This is looking south, looking north. Seems like the flow of traffic is still moving up on Trade Street, unless that's police vehicles. It looks like a lot of motorcycles, so I think they might be shutting the city off to traffic. Last night there are large groups with cars in them driving along, and I think tonight they're probably shutting the streets down to minimize that. Because that just kind of started a while back with that one group. They had some cars with it. And that just adds an amazing danger risk. You know, even if they're there with the protesting with them, doing burnouts and whatnot, who knows if they've been drinking or whatever, you know, a car. And a group of people in that type of environment is very dangerous. So I think that's what's going on here. They're trying to keep the cars away from the protests, and protesters away from the cars. These guys are looking for something over here. Large group of bike police at 3rd Street and Church, where Ink and Ivy is. This restaurant was open earlier as the protest came by. Kind of a surreal feeling there, I'm sure. You wouldn't know it But just on the outskirts of the city here, life is normal, as you would call it. People dining on sidewalk tables at restaurants. The diners are open. You got lines out the door. It's like life is normal, you know? Inside the city, whole different story. How we doing, baby? You out there with me still? Let me see. On try on. Quiet as can be. Security out with people hanging outside like it's just another night now. I can see a group of people up ahead of me towards the Duke building. And people walking on the sidewalk and in the streets that direction. There's some sort of noise coming from up there. A group of riot police on the opposite side of the street, probably about 10 or a dozen of them hanging out, leaning up against the building. Duke building here. So we've got some groups of people around. This is the area that was designated the dispersal unit, the dispersal area. You'd be arrested if you're here. I'll show you a piece of a black ball. Part of the large explosion rounds you hear and see going off. Another piece of it. Looks like a big black rubber grenade. Has a black metal. It looks like a hand grenade. The pin from one. Pepper ball rounds. This is the Night Theater, Mint Museum, Belcher Museum.
Fuck the police! I ain't shit without them fucking shit going on.
So this is the area where everybody was kind of ordered to leave, and they're regrouping. Pretty quiet, mellow. The air is rich with pepper. One of the local pieces of art.
You got my number wrong. The police went all the way down to Stonewall. Looks like most of them came
News
back.
crews around.
But I mean,
People just regrouping around here.
Kind of broken up a little bit. They're not connected to a group or anything. We'll hang for a bit.
Seems like the majority of the group's just heading back north on Tryon.
I recognize
Still have
a couple people
police
from the earlier rally,
blocking
and I
off
went up to them and asked them.
the roads
They
coming
said
into
this
the
is
center
not,
city.
This is not what they wanted. They wanted the peaceful protest. But I didn't recognize. I mean, there were thousands of people at the NAACP protest, so it's hard to, tell who was who. But like I said, I did recognize a couple people.
We'll go back up, see what's going on up here with this group of people that headed north. Seems like it's died off. I think the majority of the people here took heed to the police's request to go home. There's a group of, I would say, 50 people strong at least. Maybe more than that. I'm marching in the back of a group of people that extends 2 blocks. They're already crossing over the street 2 blocks up in the sidewalk. They're heading in the direction of the epicenter, it seems. Well, my chat's dead, so I can't see who's in here or what's going on. I wonder if y'all are still with me. Got a group of bicycle police hanging out at the Wells Fargo Center. Groups of protesters moving north while these guys lay idle, not even observing what's going on up the street. And we'll carry on. All right, thank you, honey. I got you 10-4. Give me 1 second here, folks. I'm going to give you a really nice view of some granite here. Alright, so we're heading north on Tryon Street. I'm going to head up towards the epicenter area. Seems to be a spot where the majority of the SWAT assemble when nothing's going on. I would imagine they're probably housing the SWAT team, riot police, whatnot, at the epicenter in the Loft Hotel. It's right in the center of the city, and given at any moment in time, day or night, if anything happens here, they can be deployed rapidly right here in the center of the city. So that's my idea of why they're all there when things are low-key. Still a lot of people moving north here in groups. helicopter flying north of me on Tryon, a few blocks, just hovering there for a while. Everything boarded up here. It's pretty much been the main cause of damage here has been broken windows. Just like any other big city, they've got massive panes of glass 12 feet high everywhere, which is just a fantastic target for people who want to destroy stuff. More diversionary tactics on the ground. Shit's everywhere. It's like walking through a war zone. I mean, wherever you look on the ground, anywhere you go. Anywhere you go in this city right now, there is just pepper balls everywhere. Caked on pepper on the side of that. Everywhere you go. So, given that, it is breezy in Uptown. There's almost constantly a wind blowing through the cities. So there's a constant supply of pepper in the air. So we're here at Trade and Tryon, the center of the city. Groups of people coming together. Large group of people over at the Bank of America corporate tower.
Told them they couldn't eat first of all.
This is the time we walked up.
Told them they couldn't eat.
Cars coming into the city still, so they must have opened up the intersections. Starting to chant now outside of the Bank of America corporate tower.
Nobody sent them out here to do that. They do that on their own fucking.
So this is looking west on Trade Street. There's police a few blocks down the road. This is looking east on Trade. Police on the road. North on Tryon, there's police on the road. Trade and Tryon, motorcycle on the road.
That's why the fuck they made.
Nah, next year. That's the next year.
But the time is now.
Got people lining up, getting some grub, hanging out at the Bank of America corporate tower. The only type of presence right now is the building security. That's not a sheriff, that's G4S security. asking people to get up and to move.
Thank you so much.
And they're abiding by her request. People just kind of hanging out. This is what is protecting the Bank of America corporate tower right now. During the Charlotte protests, this is the crew protecting the corporate tower of Bank of America.
It ain't right. It's real. It's being real. It's being real. Exactly. Yeah. Get your shit straight.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, man. Hey, man. We all real. Ain't no color about that. Being real. We don't be real. For real. Nothing else but the people. That's why we out here. We out here for the people.
We gonna keep their ass agitated. We gonna keep their ass running. We gonna wear their ass out. We gonna wear their ass out.
We gonna wear them out. We gonna run the dog shit out of them. We gonna run the dog shit out of them. They real time.
We gonna make them go home. I want y'all to go home. They tired.
Fuck that. We ain't going home.
A whole week.
This is our
How y'all gonna act? Black Power.
This is our city.
This is our street.
It's our shit.
Every day. Every day.
Excuse me, baby.
Till I get a guilty burger, sit their ass off. How they see the dead on stop. 20, 30 years. Or people crap on whatever. Lock them goddamn motherfucking brothers up. We ain't gonna rest till they gone. We ain't gonna rest till they rest.
So again, groups of scattered individuals have regrouped at the Trade and Tryon Plaza of the Bank of America corporate tower. Typically how it goes throughout the night. The police will come through and break up the large crowds and scatter them about. And they roam the city for about 15 minutes or so, meeting up at intersections and heading in the direction everybody seems to be flowing, and here you are. So you give it about 10 or 15 minutes and you'll have a bicycle squad of police come in, followed by the dirt bikes and riot police to move the crowd. Really, because there's been no curfew issued, nobody really has to go home. They have to leave the intersection that they were told to leave earlier, which they did.
What you mean? Like that, bro. I ain't even. That's exactly what we don't videotape. Like that, bro. Just do it.
Y'all better listen to what Donald Trump saying.
Watch out.
They bring that man to the goddamn.
Who got food out the halal truck?
Who is that?
Who got food out the halal truck? Hey, whatever name you call, that was my name, bro.
Like what happened back in 2020? Guess what we're gonna tell you? When it first happened, the coronavirus came out. Then they came out to kill the Hornets. Where the Hornets go? Don't even hear about this shit. Guess what? Kill a black man. Open up the state. Pay attention. Pay attention now. Trump just opened up the goddamn country. And kill a black man, because they know it's time. They done said it's a setup, man. They try to set us up to be killed out here like dogs in the fucking street. That's why they antagonizing us right now with this shit. Stay woke. Stay woke. We ain't making no threat to them. We walking the streets. No justice, no peace. Why they shooting shit at us? Ask your question, why the fuck is they shooting shit? You know why they want us to clap back? They want us to clap back so they have a reason to take you the fuck away from your mama and your daddy and your aunties and uncles. You better listen. Listen. Donald Trump is the goddamn president of the United States of America. Who would have thought without that? Who without Donald Trump? A man we all know is based on racism. We all know there's prejudice. Be the president of the United States. Now he talk about sending the military out and using excessive force against police kids. Y'all kids, man. Y'all kids, man. I look around y'all, man. Not 18, 19, 20, 21. You know where I was at? I was in fucking prison at y'all age. Doing 12 years. Serving time. When out here doing what y'all, I respect y'all. I respect y'all. Cause y'all doing, y'all can be at home doing anything. But y'all out here trying to fight for justice. For what I stand for, for what the oath I took, for what the pride my brothers and sisters took, we out here with y'all, man. Y'all got a friend in us. We have y'all back. We on the front lines with y'all. We ain't gonna turn our back. How the everybody was at? We had a million motherfuckers down where everybody at. Why we ain't got a million motherfuckers in March in these goddamn streets right now? Why we ain't got a few
Who
hundred?
supported the black-owned business today? Anybody?
Fine Bridges, man. Go to Fine Bridges.
That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear crickets.
BYOP Guardian Angel. Look them up.
Okay?
But listen, man. Listen, stay woke. Stay woke, bro. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about y'all. If a motherfucker say he gonna sit the military on
They woke, cause they mad, nigga. They mad, bro.
Y'all need to change locations. Y'all need to too much opportunity to drop y'all in. From street to street. Y'all need to keep it moving with each other. Stay in the group and keep it moving. Change locations. Y'all giving them enough time. Y'all shoot in. Y'all need to do gas all your street with buildings. And we got gas.
Everybody call me one time. They're not gonna talk.
It's what you had known for yourself, bro. I mean, just pick a book, bro. That's why they don't like us. You can realize that when we was in slavery, they ain't allow us to read books. Because you already right now. All the streets are blocked off. I'm talking about bringing people up a black.
Y'all don't just sit and wait.
Talking about what they call it's called urban books, bro.
Some people want to move out. They don't like being blocked in into one little area. Seems like some people are moving off and most people are staying.
I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
A lot of conversations going on between people after a speech by a gentleman in the center of the crowd.
I'm like this. They gotta catch us first.
Don't let him catch. Since they want to play manhunt with us.
Hey, follow the crowd, y'all. Follow the crowd.
So after gathering at the Bank of America corporate tower here in Uptown Charlotte at Trade and Tryon Streets, regrouping, we have probably another
Let's go. We can even stay together. Come
protest group of 150 to 200 people starting to march again down Tryon Street from Trade. Once again, they've had good organization getting back together into a group. Massive group of people here still at 11:45 in Uptown Charlotte. Few people remaining at the corporate tower for Bank of America, while the majority of people begin to march down Trade Street towards the epicenter.
Bunch of bullshit. They trapped us in, they tear-gassed us, they felt
Looking down Tryon.
because they knew what we was down here for. They didn't like it because they don't like when shit is done back to them. That's the whole truth. But the fact of the matter is, if y'all did y'all fucking job, you wouldn't have to worry about nobody doing nothing. We wouldn't have to feel afraid. We wouldn't have to feel like we gotta keep trying to be fucking mutual between y'all. If y'all don't know what the fuck y'all doing, period. Y'all get a fucking uniform and don't know how to fucking conduct this shit. Y'all look sad.
It was kids. I had to block a bunch of kids from getting their eyes burned.
They don't give us a chance.
It was bad. We had to break in through a garage. So
Everybody that got a uniform ain't
we had to break shit to get out
and
because
that's
we
just
couldn't
how I
go
feel.
nowhere else.
To help little kids breathe who lost their
Yes.
mom.
I had to
my
take
whole
off
quote
mine
for
to give it to
2020.
somebody. It was bad. Everybody
It
phone
was
dropped.
pretty bad.
It was so bad. People took off their shoes. That's how bad it was.
Recounting an earlier event tonight.
It's still shit every fucking way. Like, we broke that shit. So, who gonna pay for it? Not me. They better.
Raise your hands if you love bagels.
Got the hat too.
There you go. What's up, y'all? Can't see in the chat, so I can't say hi to whoever's in there. Thanks for coming in. Checking out what's going on here in Uptown Charlotte. The protests happening for the fourth night? Third night. Fourth night. Starting to lose track of time. Been down here each night covering this for everyone to see what's been happening. Now, I'll let you know. For those, they are shooting the shit out of paintballs down here. The epicenter is what I believe the headquarters for the police right now. There are riot police standing guard up there right now.
They literally just at the top. They literally just at the top.
This is the epicenter here. Large complex hotel, a loft hotel. Different restaurants, nightclubs, bowling alley, movie theater, nightlife center. Large presence down at the entrance. Guys standing guard up here. Looking east on Trade Street, you can see the light rail that runs through town. There's a raised and elevated bridge down there, and it is just nothing but riot police up there. Large group of people here gathered at East Trade and College Street. Seems like traffic is coming into the city on College Street. This is the intersection where the Bank of America corporate tower is, alongside of the Ritz-Carlton here. Bar Coco has some damaged windows that boarded up. And the group travels southbound on College Street, being watched by the riot police up above. Chanting as they pass more riot police guarding the entrance. No reaction from the police as a large group of protesters marched by. Past more riot police just lining the streets as they turn south. We're going down South College and everybody is starting to go east on 4th Street. Security making his way home amongst the crowd. Business trying to go on somewhat in Charlotte. Some people do still have jobs they have to come to. More diversionary tacticals on the ground. I mean, they're everywhere. As you everywhere. The city's just littered with them. So the riot police have not approached the crossing of the light rail here. They were all covering the bridge on Trade Street. And the group continues to march down towards the government center. Group passing the Charlotte Transit Center, chanting as they move along towards the government center. Last night the Transit Center was running, operating. There were buses coming in and out. Tonight, as you can see, it's closed, gated off, no buses, no presence of police, so to say, other than one cruiser standing by in the Transit Center. Typically a large gathering area for people in the day. People from different parts of the city will come in and just kind of hang out around here. Large groups of people. And the light rail was making an announcement. It sounded like regarding what was going on here right now, and if passengers chose to get off, they could. Have riot police posted up the street at the Hornets Arena. My brain is still stuck on calling them the Bobcats. This was the scene last night. So fireworks are going off behind us, I believe. It doesn't seem like... It looks like there's a couple riot police, 2 riot police, and maybe 2 bicycle cops standing on the top of the hill. That sounded more like fireworks than a diversionary. A group is approaching South Caldwell Street and East 4th, marching towards the government center. This here is the Federal Reserve. I don't think most people know that. This building here has billions of dollars of cash inside of it right now. Well, I don't know about right now. They might have moved it all out, but it's Federal Reserve that has a lot of money in there. Coming up on the government center where the mayor's office is. Large group of people. Fireworks.
Police department is up to the left. I mean, if anybody you want to go in the police. Hey, you got the Mexican color. Yo!
Fireworks to the rear of the group. Quite a bit of stragglers trailing behind. A larger group moving towards the government center, beginning to chant, approaching the jail. This is a one-way street, and the protesters are approaching traffic that are all turning around quickly. Car rolling through with the crowd.
Water.
Anybody need water?
Water.
A lot of people coming through behind a large crowd.
Hey, mama, excuse me.
They have gathered here in front of the jail. People handing out water.
We'll get you out. We'll get you a lawyer. Get the number. We'll get you out. We'll get you a lawyer. 2097.
Good sound. Nice.
Get the number. We'll bail you out. We'll get you a lawyer.
Bail you out, yo.
Get the number. We'll bail you out. We'll get you a lawyer. Can you write the number on my hand?
Assistant station right here.
So this is looks like a little area set up that's got supplies for folks to come in, grab something, medical aid, water, jail support.
Get the number. We'll bail you out. We'll get you a lawyer.
Don't be getting close
Don't
to my
make some
tattoos,
noise for the people in the jail.
Hey, I want to put this in no jail.
Getting numbers on the arms so that they can
Y'all
get out of jail if they get arrested.
We'll get you a lawyer.
People getting drinks, getting a snack. Large group up ahead that's hanging out in the street. Here's the government center. Cars hanging out on the street, blocked. No police presence as of yet.
Hey, guys.
fireworks show here. Everybody's just kind of chilling out now.
Hey, Allison.
Still no presence from any form of police here. They're just letting everybody kind of chill out. It's a real peaceful gathering. Okay, there are the motorcycle police down at McDowell Street. They're blocking off the intersection so that traffic can't get up in here now. And everybody's realized that now. So this right here is because people care. That's what I would call that. This is a care station because people care. Smoke bombs going off. Nothing west, but a large police presence to the east. All they're doing right now is blocking off the intersection to prevent the cars from coming up into the group. So, very, very nice mellow gathering here. There was a lot of stuff handed out here, drinks, food, information, cards to get bailed out of jail. And if you'll notice, everyone was respectful and didn't trash the place. They used the trash can. So everybody's being respectful. It's very calm. Groups moved through the government center. Police presence. Still on McDowell Street. They haven't advanced towards the group of people. So I would imagine it's just crowd control. And fireworks continue to go off from the group of people. People are hanging out down here in small groups of 6, 8, 12, just hanging out. Resting up. The majority of the group making their way towards Marshall Park now. It's an area where a lot of the gatherings happen during the daytime. And the group continues to march past the park. The park is pretty dark at night. They don't have a lot of lights down here. This is Marshall Park down here. And there's no police presence here on McDowell Street. This is the back side of the courthouse. And we're gonna move back up towards Center City. A group probably of 100+ strong, carrying on for the night. It's a beautiful evening here in Charlotte. One of the joys of living in this area. The climate is just fantastic. This is another one of Charlotte's one-way streets. It flows out of the city, so the protest is marching towards traffic right now as opposed to having cars coming from their rear. But I can see cars coming at them, city buses. It is 12:11, baby, here in Uptown as we continue to cover the protests. This is Ryan in North Carolina. Give some shout outs. My girl Polly, managing the chat. Thanks, baby. I want to give a shout out to my man Dabu7, killing it over there on D Live, giving people the real view of what's going on from multiple angles. Appreciate y'all coming in tonight and watching what's happening here for the people of Charlotte, North Carolina, as they continue to protest civil rights, human rights, oppression from the system, corrupt, tyrannical system that oppresses everybody.
They riding around bumping that shit too,
Not much reaction from the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department tonight since their order to disperse the scene of Tryon and 4th Street scattered a large crowd of protesters in that area that have pretty much joined together again at the Bank of America Corporate Tower and have just started to march through the city again, coming up again on the Federal Reserve. It really surprises me that they don't have any type of security presence around the Federal Reserve. Coming up on the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Headquarters area.
If I want it, I'ma grab it. If I want it, I'ma have it. Pushing me up, I'ma feel no slugs.
I don't particularly like being close to the music. So the march continues on towards Trade Street. Pretty quiet. Not much chanting going on. This here is the front of the group, leading the pack. Warm night tonight, 75 degrees, Nice breeze though, moving through. Crossing Trade Street. And some guy just totally bailed on his bike as the motorcycle patrol comes in and corrals. So the motorcycle patrol just came in and circled around like the wagons of the old days, did a few circles and took off as the group of protesters move east on Trade Street towards McDowell again. Still with a group of cars driving with the crowd. Traffic coming up Davidson Street towards Trade. So apparently Charlotte PD has stopped blocking the roads, allowing the traffic to drive through the city. So I would imagine at some point, okay, there's riot police now. We're going by the police department here, and there's riot police at East Trade. East Trade and South Alexander Street is a group of riot police blocking the street going up. Firecrackers being thrown. Pointing out individuals. You can see probably pointing out the guys that are throwing fireworks at them. Typically you can hear them calling out descriptions of people in the crowd. And there's a motorcycle brigade coming up East Trade Street. Car running from them.
Your bike can't get up here. Sorry, I see.
No, you're good. Very close encounter between this vehicle here and a squad of Charlotte Mecklenburg dirt bike. They're still throwing firecrackers at them as they advance on. So they've attracted the presence of the police now.
One body, too many people.
And the police move on. Traffic leaving, about to go down the wrong way on the street. So the motorcycle brigade has taken off. And there's another motorcycle brigade up here blocking the road from them traveling up 4th Street. So the group continues down 4th Street again to where they were a little while ago at their refresh station. fireworks being thrown at the patrol. Smoke bombs being thrown on the street. So somebody brought a lot of fireworks in this group. More smoke bombs. As the motorcycle police hold fast in their position. I can hear them calling out the smoke bombs that they're throwing. More smoke bombs. To the east is a presence of Charlotte-Mecklenburg police blocking off the street. Again, gathered at the care station here. I can see the Amazon van from here. Baby. They're down at McDowell Street with a presence of Charlotte cruisers. So they just let him back down. The motorcycle police squad is still up in their position, allowing this gathering here. Alright, that was a good water break.
Oh my
Check out Jamie and them.
I'm gonna eat some crackers because I'm hungry. Get a little snack in me while we're in this one spot. So it seems like a large group of people has slowly turned into a smaller group of people. Couple sheriff hanging out over here. This is the sheriff's department. That there is the arrest processing center. We've got some groups of people hanging out down the street. So that's the scene at 4th Street near McDowell in Uptown Charlotte. So we're gonna go see what kind of presence is waiting down on McDowell Street. Got a group of dirt bike officers here with a couple cruisers.
A couple of protesters who...
So there's nothing going on down here on McDowell Street. They're holding the protesters north, west from McDowell Street.
Both sides. And these bikes look ready to roll whenever they need to.
Got another guy out here live streaming.
So if you've never been at the corner, East Fort and South Fort, parking lot there.
This is the courthouse, the entrance to the courthouse. This area down here is the government center. Has the courthouse, the jail, sheriff's department, police department, various city offices, the mayor's office. Looks like everybody's gathered into a group. I can hear one individual giving a speech as everybody has gathered around them. And we'll get up there and see what's happening.
Pay attention. So we need to strategize. If y'all want to come back tomorrow, we do that. If y'all want to keep working around, we need to do it right. People are getting lost in there. Y'all want to get missing in the jail?
Look. If we say let's do this shit on Thursday,
it's all right, y'all. We can strategize.
We can bring our right equipment.
We can strategize.
Right now, look at this.
We got forever.
Ragtag group.
They broke us up. They broke us up. We were strong.
We want maximum damage. And if we do that, we can organize. You know what I mean? Wu-Tang, you know what I mean? RZA, we got a fucking chest that shit.
That's right. So we get ready to move. We're probably gonna go that way. I'm gonna say, ooh, I'm gonna say we go this way. Cause see, they see. Oh yeah, people are walking this way.
No police present up 4th Street anymore. Actually, yeah, they are. I can see them now. They've just got their lights shut off. They're hanging out down on the side of the street. I can see their helmets.
If you're leaving, let us know. If you're staying, we need this
Are you talking about right now? Or are you talking about
We talking now. We out here now. We out here. I'm ready.
So then lock this shit up so we can all get up out of here.
They get ready to ride down there.
We out. When we meeting at?
We're going straight down, going straight up.
They are on 12-hour shifts, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me check.
Wait, hold on.
The police are on 12-hour shifts. They can't get no days off. They can't take their vacation right now because it's been declared a state of emergency. You don't exactly stay out here, the more tired they get. I told them last night, it's going to be so tired. You don't need to take your ass. You ain't gonna get no pussy, my nigga. Not tonight, you don't have to fall in that motherfucking bed. And that's what we're gonna do to them. Because we got to stay moving. We got to stay moving.
Good sized crowd here still. Trying to figure out if they want to move on in March or who wants to disperse and go home.
Alright, let's rock. Let's go.
So they've decided to continue to march out of the care station. Everybody's heading off towards Marshall Park again. Gonna do another circle as we did just a little while ago. It's good exercise out here covering these protests. I should have put my pedometer on so I could have tracked how many miles I've walked in the past 4 nights. $12:30 here in Charlotte. The night is still pretty young. I'm surprised that the group isn't larger than it is, being how early it is. It was broken up towards the beginning of the night on Tryon at 4th Street. And since then, the group really hasn't been able to amass its original size. Whether there's another group of people like this marching around another part of the city, I don't know. They don't have a helicopter in the air. I haven't heard a helicopter for at least the last 30 minutes. So I imagine if there was, they would have one flying around monitoring this group and the other group. But that's just me assuming.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
We're going back to your car. Jeremy, we're going back to your car to get the route. That's how peaceful we are. So y'all, if they jump on us.
Just good!
It's gonna be all up on here.
So the group is approaching the intersection 1 block south of where the motorcycle police are standing by. Looks like there's some people hanging out on the corner up here. Moving back towards Center City from South McDowell area. Bank of America corporate tower in the background behind the protesters. City buses driving through. Normal city bus, couple passengers on there, not any type of riot police. Moving along the Government Center parking deck. Protest group continuing towards Tryon Street. Crossing Caldwell and 3rd Street now. Still a little bit of a police presence. 2 unmarked cruisers just came through the intersection. Thank you, baby. I appreciate the updates. Thanks for checking in, y'all. Appreciate you watching. This is Ryan in North Carolina, live streaming out of Uptown Charlotte. Some pretty mellow protests this evening. A group slowly marching towards the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Still no type of police presence.
Hey, what's the nearest store?
I'm trying to get a station over.
I'm about to say, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Approaching the intersection at the NASCAR Hall of Fame, Martin Luther King and Cowbell Street. Almost. That's the tail end of the group primarily. Some stragglers still behind as the main group moves past the NASCAR Hall of Fame towards Stonewall Street, and the police are showing up down at that intersection. Yeah, so we got the police blocking off the intersection that they're approaching. Nothing from the rear yet. So now we are moving in the direction of 277. So I'm imagining this police presence in front of the crowd is to block them from accessing 277. Excuse me. It's getting a little bit windy out here, so it's probably going to have some effect on my microphone. But as we approach 277 here, this could get interesting. The police do not want this group approaching 277. So depending on how much spunk these protesters have in them right now, after walking around the city for a while, this is a chance of a confrontation here between them and the police. We're approaching the bridge that goes over 277. You can see the signs here. And generally it's a prized target. Shut down one of the highways. So I would imagine that the police would defend this intersection and probably want to move the crowd away from it. I'm going to come up here and see what kind of force comes to deal with this, whether they decide to just turn and keep on moving. We only have 2 cruisers here so far. There's no other type of police presence yet. Passing by the NASCAR Hall of Fame. They're just deciding where they want to go. And they are going straight ahead. Here comes the motorcycle brigade. Here come the motorcycle brigade to stop the group from going onto the bridge. The bridge is blocked. See, fast action by Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. And the crowd says no to that confrontation, feels it's wiser to move west on Stonewall Street. The rest of the group continuing to follow. No type of confrontation at all whatsoever between the protesters and a group of about a dozen dirt bike police here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. They're rolling, and now we've got the mountain bike patrol is coming up as well, joining, and the crowd is erupting in cheers behind me as the motorcycles pursue. Shit's being thrown at them now. See, so as soon as the police show up, that's when the crowd starts to get rowdy, showing their displeasure and distrust. And the motorcycle brigade moves on up Stonewall Street towards College. Not the greatest area for them to be here. They definitely don't want to go down that way because there's no way out of there. With the police blocking them off down there, there's no way out down there. It's essentially a dead zone. So you got your way out here, east on Stonewall. They've gone, they've left, and so the group continues around the block of the NASCAR Hall of Fame. See, so as soon as they got close to that bridge for 277, that's when the police came in. Police avoiding the protest group throughout the night, a diversionary tactic for themselves as to not instigate anything, I would imagine. But whenever the group approaches areas of special interest for the city, the police show up to defend those areas. Passing by Buffalo Wild Wings at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Now we got the helicopter overhead again. Haven't seen the helicopter for probably about a half an hour.
They're coming from this way too. They're walking up the street.
Got the motorcycle brigade shadowing the crew from the rear.
Yep, they're walking. Water! Anybody? Water? Fireworks. Oh, well, thanks, bro.
Yo, who need this water? I don't want to trap it. One leg got a hose.
Group moving back into uptown Charlotte, heading towards College, back to Center City. Look at this dude. Group is crossing over South College Street. Amelie's French Bakery. If you ever get a chance to come into Charlotte, you gotta try this place. It's fantastic. Crossing over the intersection of Martin Luther King and Tryon Street. Oh boy, the pepper is blowing in the air around here. That's great, right in my eye. And we continue up Tryon Street now. Cars coming down Tryon Street are turning around now as the protesters approach, having no idea what they're driving into, as the Charlotte Police Department is not doing any type of traffic control in the city right now that I can tell that we've run across. Not a lot of traffic right now, but there are cars on Tryon Street. Got security for the building out covering, night watch, holding strong. That's, yeah. Bicycle riders coming from north of us saying the police are ahead as they continue on strong.
No peace! Police! No peace! Police!
And there are the motorcycle brigade showing up, heading up towards the intersection of Trade and Tryon. Cars still turning around behind us, behind me, in front of them, trying to get away from the protesters as they cross over 4th Street on Tryon. being followed by a large presence of police on Tryon Street. Looks like they've sent out the whole crew. We've got motorcycle police, looks like riot police. Being that we're back in Center City, there's a lot of stuff to be damaged, so they typically would put the smack down real quick. But they are following the crowd now through Uptown as we travel towards Trade and Tryon. Cars laying idle as protesters pass. And the front of the group has now reached the intersection of Trade and Tryon, the Bank of America corporate tower. Traffic still coming south on Tryon towards the intersection. The police are actually moving barricades right now. We got traffic waiting for the protesters to come through. Right behind you, right behind you. Right behind you, right behind you, right behind you. Controlling traffic from preventing cars coming up on Trade Street to where the protesters just traveled. Cars still continuously coming through Uptown, so they're just directing them out of the area. How you doing tonight, darling? That's right. You know, you tell them. You tell them. That's right. That's right. That is the Queen of Charlotte right there. And the group moves west on Trade Street. Looks like they're crossing over Church Street right now. No real interaction with the police there other than kind sentiments of love. That's right. That's the Queen of Charlotte's sister. I used to give her stuff, food and drinks and whatnot. She's been one of the homeless people here in Charlotte for quite some time. I recognize her still, years after working in Uptown. And we're gonna avoid the presence of the motorcycle parade coming on from this side of Trade Street, and they head north.
They'd probably be having fun
on Church. The group is now traveling towards more of a residential area of Uptown, the 4th Ward, a historical residential part of the city. 111 in uptown Charlotte. 75 degrees still. Beautiful evening tonight. 111. Of course it is. And the group is turning right onto 5th Street to head back up towards Tryon at 5 Church.
Black Lives Matter!
Another motorcycle brigade of police here.
Y'all put people in danger. Come on.
So it appears the group is going to hold fast in the intersection here in the face of the motorcycle patrol.
Why not?
Oh yeah, get your order.
Why not? They shoot other
I know that.
Good sized little group gathered here, marching through town. Once in a while approached by the police at intersections, controlling the crowd basically. I imagine what they're doing here is they're preventing the crowd from actually entering 4th Ward, where the residences are. We have the bird in the air, shining some light down upon the situation. This here is the View condominium high-rise where a couple local sport figures own many of the top floors. As the police brigade leaves,
We might as well follow them.
and they decide to follow
We might as well just follow them.
into 4th Ward we go.
Exactly. All these fucking leaders, all these fucking followers.
Right, it ain't about being
If it ain't no leader, they all follow.
Some people holding back.
And where would you have been? Following the fucking crowd.
All of these people that they following, just doing shit. It's no
So now the group is moving back away from the 4th Ward, heading back into the uptown area. Seems like this group wants to do here. People looking for direction within the group.
I was with her last night though.
Follow my lead. They don't want to follow my lead. You follow my lead, the police station be burnt up right now. That's how we do it in Africa. Y'all tripping.
That's a whole lot of talking without acting on talking.
Coming off again. What the fuck did I just say?
So the police are allowing traffic up the street towards where the protesters are.
It's no such thing as
I was out here all night last night.
it don't matter.
Oh, baby, you
That shit real out here. Real and direct. Yeah. Black power, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. Fuck the bullshit.
All lives matter, huh?
Talk to the people.
Cars moving along with the crowd. Moving up towards Tryon Street again. Helicopter overhead. Steady flow of cars behind this group of protesters as they cross Tryon Street. Fireworks going off behind me. Helicopter constantly monitoring the group now as they travel to the city from the NASCAR Hall of Fame up to the Discovery Place.
Stay tight, get tighter, be closer. They've been picking people off for days. Be closer, be closer. Everybody deep and tiptoe around. Get out. Keep that line out. You gotta get your toes. Start running from fucking stuff. Come on.
Crowd about to cross over South College Street where traffic is coming down. Traffic stopping for the group about to cross. As the motorcycle brigade comes in from the rear. Got a large group of motorcycle police coming down the street and coming from North College. As we approach the Hornets Arena. guys locking arms, blocking the road in solidarity. Gentleman asked me to come and take his arm with him. Rows of people, arm in arm, locked arms in solidarity.
Bring everybody together.
Are you a reporter?
So there's a light rail train coming. Light rail train coming as the crowd runs. And the police being cut off. As a light rail comes through. So apparently the group feels some sort of victory in defeating the police from coming behind them momentarily with the train passing by. It's a good thing that the group passed when it did. I don't think those things can stop all that fast. Granted, they don't travel very fast. Motorcycle Brigade continues to follow the group as they travel past the Hornets Arena. They have a flow of traffic coming behind them. So I imagine that's the main purpose of the motorcycle group right now, is just to keep traffic from the crowd.
Social distance.
Hey, baby. Got these guys still following, slowly creeping behind the group. crew still following, helicopter still above. Another motorcycle brigade traveling on the parallel block. It looks like they're coming around to this intersection here. Large group of motorcycle officers down this block here. Still have this one following from behind up here.
Hey, what 23 is? I don't know.
23!
Get ready to the jail all night. Stay with the fucking crew. Hell, go!
Hey, Kay.
Watch us out there. In that time, we could have been in anything.
Come on, guys, tighten it up, tighten it up.
Nice breeze blowing on us here tonight, keeping us cool with all this walking. 75 degrees out here tonight. Bear with me for a minute here. I'm trying to grab a snack out of my pack here. So as the crowd travels past the Federal Reserve again, they are met with a brigade of motorcycle police to the front and to the rear. The police have positioned themselves in the direction of the oncoming traffic to block the intersection of cars coming in towards the protesters.
Fuck 12, you hear me? Fuck them motherfuckers. We want our rights. Stop killing us, bitches. Straight up.
Motorcycle brigade here, getting ready for the group to come in. Holding traffic from coming in towards the protesters. It's one of the benefits of all the one-way streets in the city. Very easy to control the traffic here.
All right, y'all. Y'all be safe.
Approaching Brevard Street now at the Transit Center again. Slowly but surely the group is diminishing. People breaking off to their cars to head home, saying goodbyes. Not much action in Uptown anymore. Not much traffic around. Coming back up into Center City from the Government Center area.
Yeah, they go keep following us.
Bike patrol coming in from the rear. And they're holding fast here. So that group left and another group comes this way. Those lights are another motorcycle brigade. Protest group has reached the Hornets Arena at the Charlotte Transit Center.
I have no idea, but it charged my phone like 4 or 5 times before going dead.
20,100.
Yeah.
God damn, like a iPhone battery is like 7,000. So yeah, it's like
On our shit. Our taxes pay for that shit.
So this group is now walking towards a group of motorcycle police blocking the intersection ahead.
Our street. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never.
Right. That's a group of riot police over there waiting. Their group's response to them standing there.
Fuck you! Suck my dick, pigs!
Yes! Our tax dollars pay for this shit.
This our shit. Let's take a break. Let's take a breather. Let's take a breather right over here on our steps. Y'all hurry up! Hurry up, y'all. Take a break. What do you want like shit? Refreshments. Water. We got we got settle down. We can be the food all day. We all in this down right now. Get your breath. It's ours. Take a breath. Bring us water, bring us snacks. We good right here. It's our shit.
Go ahead and don't go to trial. They'll swap you out. You know what I'm talking about. We took 30 years.
We ain't doing shit but sit on the shit we pay for. Drop it. Drop it.
Motorcycle police waiting down the street.
Don't beat. How about your car and sit with us?
We out here. We get our breath. Can we get a round of applause? NYPD just killed somebody, huh? NYPD just killed somebody in Brooklyn just now. This is why we out here. People dying while we out here. That's crazy.
She's saying that the NYPD just killed somebody in Brooklyn.
We gotta hold this shit the fuck down. Fuck them bitches. Oh, mark ass motherfucking ass bitches. The fuck? Talk your shit. The fuck? You don't give a fuck? We never gave a fuck. Shit.
So we are here at the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. Still have the motorcycle police hanging out down on the intersection.
rally the feds.
Hell no, ain't no police.
You record a bunch of black and brown people. You gotta tell us who you are.
I'm Ryan in North Carolina. You can find me on YouTube.
You on YouTube, all right?
Ryan in
As long as you
NC.
ain't for the police.
Hell no.
All right.
Check me out, Ryan in NC, YouTube, baby. Showing the world what's going on in Uptown Charlotte. The group is diminished here at the wee hours of 1:49 in the morning. Everyone's taking a break here at the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. Flying the flag upside down. Somebody knows that the country is in distress. Nice evening here. 75 degrees still. The temperature is warm, and the attitude in the crowd is warm as well. I wouldn't say it's too hot tonight. Nothing too crazy tonight. Minimal confrontations with the police. So I think this is where I'll wrap up my night here at the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. I appreciate y'all for joining me, checking out what's happening in our city. See if I can get my chat here. And my chat's still dead, so whoever's out there with me, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Much love. And give a shout out to my girl Polly, keeping things legit in the chat. Give a big shout out to my man Dabu7 out there on D-Live. Sure, he picked up a little bit of the stream tonight, showing everybody what's going on in the different cities around the world, around the United States. Turmoil everywhere. The people are finally standing up and speaking for themselves.
Hey y'all, while we out here, take down the jail support number. Just in case in the next few days you get picked up, it's 980.
All right, y'all.
224.
Much love from Uptown Charlotte.
2097.
We'll be back again tomorrow if they decide to do this again, and see what's happening. Much love, everybody.